with this man, but I don't know him. I had never had a conversation that I remember with him.
So
certainly, let me just tell you, you just have to take a look at the polls. Quiet. You just have to take a look at the pictures. You just have to take a look at the polls. You see, I don't need anybody's help.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this guy, Lev Parnas, and the media's sudden obsession with him. Now, there's a whole lot that has been said about this particular individual. They're talking about he has all the information, he knows where the bodies are buried, this, that, and the third, but I'm not really sure if that's accurate. And before I go any further, let's back up a little bit so you understand who this man, Lev Parnas, is. He, at one point, was a close associate, a gopher, errand boy, whatever you want to call him, to Rudy Giuliani. Obviously, Giuliani is Donald Trump's personal attorney. And at a particular point in time, Giuliani was going over to Ukraine for various reasons. Now, Parnas is saying that Giuliani and himself were over in Ukraine to pressure the Ukrainian government to launch an investigation into Joe Biden. Okay. And he says that Trump knew all about it. Trump knew everything that was going on, and Trump knew him, Lev Parnas. Now, the video I played at the very beginning of this video is Trump being questioned by, I think that might have been Jim Acosta or somebody over at CNN. He's saying, look, I don't know this man. Yes, there are pictures with him and myself, but that doesn't mean that I know him. He takes thousands of pictures, Donald Trump that is, with various people. That doesn't mean that I know you. Okay, there's a video of them together, and I'll place that on the screen before you. The video is not of them having some kind of deep conversation, talking about Ukraine and Joe Biden, all this, that, and the third. The video is of them getting in position to take a picture. That is it, and that is all. Just because I am seen in the same room with you does not mean that I know you, especially if you're the president of the USA. You are around thousands of people almost every day. Okay, Trump rallies and fundraisers, this, that, and the third. But I digress. The whole point is that Trump says he doesn't know him. Parnas says otherwise. Now, there are media reports talking about, well, the reason why Parnas is talking out against Trump and against Giuliani is because Trump said that he doesn't know him, and that kind of, I don't know, enraged him, or he wants to protect himself. But the reality is that Parnas is under FBI indictment for campaign finance law violation. So you have an incentive to say things that go against Trump to save your own skin, right? You're just a regular person, kind of a nobody, according to his own words. You're not trying to go to jail. You're not trying to get in any trouble. So whatever you can say to save your own hind parts, just maybe you'll say that. Parnas, in my humble opinion, is not much different than a jailhouse snitch. But this is the guy that the media are parading around to use as some kind of ammo against Donald Trump. Now, what was he saying? Nothing that's not really been speculated before or unknown. Giuliani was in Ukraine. Okay, we know about that. He was talking about how Trump tried to get Bolton and Pompeo to fire the former Ukrainian ambassador, Marie Yovanovitch. And when they refused, or when it didn't happen, then a smear campaign was launched. In his point of view, that's just his opinion. He does not have any evidence to back up what he's saying. He just says, well, I think that there was a campaign to smear her launched, and that's the reason why she's not in there anymore. Well, maybe she was not doing a good job, and that's why he wanted her fired to begin with. If you say that he wanted her fired, then, I mean, obviously she wasn't doing a very good job. And it's funny how he says that there was a smear campaign launched against her to get her out of office. But then at the same time, he says that the Bidens did nothing wrong, even though Joe Biden himself got on TV in front of the whole world and said that he threatened to withhold billions in loan money from the U.S. to the Ukraine if they did not fire this particular prosecutor.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
He says, oh, well, it was a good thing. The prosecutor was crooked, corrupt, this, that, and the third. So it's okay for Joe Biden to threaten a country on TV with withholding billions in aid unless they fire a particular person. But Trump saying that we need to fire, allegedly, an American ambassador to Ukraine because she was not doing a good job is the wrong thing. It's kind of strange to me, but I digress. The whole point is that this guy's been bandied about by a lot of the mainstream media. Rachel Maddow had this little interview with him. It's supposed to be a bombshell, groundbreaking. There's always some kind of bombshell and groundbreaking thing from the left. If they have a person on the right or that could be associated with the right, that's going to speak against the right. You know, that's pretty much how these things go. But there's nothing really here. He says this whole thing about Ukraine and Russia, all this, that, and the third. Really, what it is, in my humble opinion, is a way to just pressure the Republicans to call him as a witness during the Senate phase of this impeachment process. He did testify during the impeachment inquiry. So he's not a guy that's new to this whole situation. He's been out here for a while. He got indicted back in October. He's already testified. I think the only thing that has changed between then in October and now is that some of his text messages were released because they had been confiscated originally. The phones had been confiscated and then it got released to Congress this week. But what are you really going to find in there that he did not say during his impeachment inquiry testimony? And what are you going to find in there that has not been alleged by other people and not been proven by any kind of facts? All that this man has is hearsay evidence. Even Nancy Pelosi said that calling Parnas to the stand and testify during the Senate phase would be kind of risky. She said that he could be credible, but it wouldn't be without risk. Where's the risk? If he's so credible, where's the risk? If what he's saying is true, then where's the risk? The risk is there because this man is not credible. You're under federal indictment. You're about to get locked up. You have every reason in the world to speak out against the president to save your own hind parts. Hopefully, that might just be your goal. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Lev Parnas is being truthful about his connection to Donald Trump and what they were doing in Ukraine? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or do you think he's not necessarily being truthful or just being a stone cold stomp down liar? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. I think that he is saying whatever he can to save his own hind parts, to save his own skin. The main thing to let me know that was not just the fact that he's under federal indictment. That's one thing, that's a big one. But the main one was when he was talking about Joe Biden doing nothing wrong. It's like, come on, this man got on TV and said exactly what he was doing. That is the thing that people are accusing Trump of doing. So if Biden did no wrong, then Trump did no wrong. Okay? Biden got on TV and said that he was going to withhold aid if the Ukrainians did not fire the prosecutor that was investigating the company, Burisma Holdings, where his son, Hunter Biden, was getting paid all kind of money from, between 15 to 80 grand per month. Okay. He said it on TV. So that's not speculation. That's not anything. That's not a conspiracy theory. He said it on TV. So we all heard it. We all saw it. Okay. If that is okay and there's nothing wrong with that, then where's the problem here? Even if Donald Trump tried to get the Ukrainians to investigate Joe Biden, how is it any different from Joe Biden trying to get the Ukrainians to fire a prosecutor? On one hand, you're trying to get a prosecutor to take action. On the other hand, you're trying to get a prosecutor to not take action. What's the difference? To me, it would be the same thing. If there was any evidence in the Trump situation, then you may have a comparison to make. And the comparison would be that it's the equivalent to each other, but you do not have any evidence in the Trump situation. You do have it, however, in the Biden situation. So these people on the left, the people that are trying to save their own hind parts, is that and the third, they'll pretty much tell you anything that you want to know. And the funniest part is that he says that the Trump environment is cultish and Bill Barr is a leader. Maybe he had an incentive to say that because Bill Barr is behind the indictment that he's facing right now. Okay, just maybe you don't like the person that may be behind you getting locked up for violating the law. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.